Hi everyone, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about a topic we had covered in our breakfast meeting last week, and that was selling payment versus price in today's market. With the ever-changing market and everybody out there that's looking for the best deal possible, we're seeing offers and buyers with the mentality of taking as much as they can off the price because they believe that's what the market is. Some sellers unfortunately don't have that option to lower their price significantly. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what some plausible option could be in talking about payment and price of a home. So first things first, conducting an effective interview at the beginning of a transaction will help you with your negotiations down the road. Finding out what is important to that potential buyer and how they're going to make their offer will make selling payment versus price an easier type of strategy than waiting till after an offer is already written. Some of the things that you can do to make sure that you are being effective in asking the right kind of questions is just basically the most important one. Ask what type of payment goal they do have. You guys should know or have access to the ability to figure out monthly payments, and obviously with your local lender and me, we can do payment breakdowns at different levels of homes. So say they're approved for 180, you can do a breakdown between 160 180, so they know that there's usually not a huge significant difference by $5,000. Average is usually about $30 per $5,000 on a loan, interest rates staying the same, that they'll save by getting that money off. So if you get a big price reduction, it makes sense, but sometimes when you're haggling over less than $5,000, it doesn't make much sense to have that happen, as far as if they are educated on what the payment could be and what they possibly could lose that house over a matter of dollars. So really knowing that upfront information as far as payment goal does take it a long way. Now that you know what your customer's payment goal is, it's a little easier now to find out or figure out why they're offering a specific price on a property, and 9 times out of 10 it's trying to get more bang for their buck with what they're actually offering, trying to get a better deal on a home. But sometimes customers don't know exactly what that deal is. So getting that payment breakdown up front to know if the offer is counter, if it's countered and they are going to be able to accept where the payments might go with that particular property, or if it's one offer and done, they just want to try to get that sweet deal. So knowing that information again and breaking down those payments up front might help a more successful strategy in getting an accepted offer, because you know what their limitations are up front. The other side of this was maybe a seller participating in the actual transaction itself. So to give you an example, I ran some numbers, and I'll send a little breakdown of what those numbers are with seller participation versus price reduction. And the numbers I came up with, rates staying the same, with getting $10,000 off a $250,000 loan amount is equivalent to 0.375 off the rate. And looking at the numbers and how a seller can help buy down a rate would cost the seller in roughly under $3,500 to accomplish the same thing as taking $10,000 off of their purchase price. So that might be a little negotiating tool, because if the seller doesn't have enough room to come down the $10,000, maybe they can counter with offering to buy down a rate if they know what the rate buy down is. Could be significantly cheaper, achieve the same goal as far as payment goal and payment price or payment amount, that they would be able to have the potential buyers more apt to sign a higher priced offer. Now that we've got a little bit of a strategy with helping the seller also know that they could help buy down the rate, and the buyer knowing that if that help does come, there's a possibility that they could get the same payment they're looking for without the price reduction that they were set out to get. So doing that due diligence as far as getting to know the customer, know their limitations as far as payment, and also knowing how to break down that payment when the counter offer does come, that they're comfortable with what numbers they're going to counter with, versus might at least allow you to get a little bit more in depth with the offer. A good question that Susan had mentioned is to ask the customer, well, how did you arrive at offering that price? Because to get their thought process is a very good strategy to know what their mental game is about purchasing a home, because you hate to see a customer, and it's happened before, lose a house over $10 a month. So In closing, I'm here to help break down or to educate you guys more on how to sell this. So if you have potential properties that sellers are willing to help buyers, and also buyers that are out there just writing low offers, we can educate them to help more houses be sold here in 2008, and I'm happy to do that. So thank you for your time, and have a great day.